more after the first initial picks came out. How much did that Corki bring down the totality of the draft?
I mean, I think the Corki gives him a little bit of poke. I wonder what he's going to build. I'll hold my breath for now. He could still go shield
does
poke.
a ton
Level
of
3 very early, making his way up there. Very clearly put the target there.
Well, Adam's gonna get jumped on here by Finn. Changes into Mercurial Hammer. Finn forced a flash for his life. Adam, first blood.
Never mind.
Or how impactful Adam's Jace is going to need to be in this game. And already you see Mickey and Limit making their way towards the middle lane, but Limit's going to flash forward there, catches onto Nuke Duck, gets caught up by the Overload, burning from the Ignite, the minion auto chases him, and Nuke Duck escapes with his life. That was so close.
Oh, and Marcoon, serious MVP, going in for another bite.
Well, Nuclear Hit's going to be the target for now. 200 hit points available, down to 100. He stays alive. Finn gets taken out by Adam. We're 4 minutes in, 2 kills, and fights in every single lane.
I am beginning to think that the LEC scriptwriters have handed us the most monstrous early game, so we don't get a chance. Now another chance for them to show their evolution as a team.
Well, can they do it right now? Marcoon is going to step onto the ward, so Synchro is fully aware. Xmatty will flash away to safety. Curtain Call is now available to him. Marcoon throws down the ultimate. That's a root, locking Limit in place. The damage is coming down from XL. They pick up their first and it lands in Patrick's back pocket. Looking at the river, Nuclear is making his way down.
As a team, they haven't been struggling with team fights. Herald has been started. But XL don't have a great entry to the pit right now.
They don't. Marcoon doesn't have that Crescent Guard available either. Zenith Blade will lock onto him. Mickey gets the knock-up onto Nuclear Int, and the Herald is taken out. Nuke Duck's running for his life, and so is Mickey. Marcoon turns back around, and here comes Patrick, here comes Finn. The run again to safety for Team BDS.
I mean, it's the evac helicopter again. The fight's not over. Mickey's going in again.
They went back for the eye and were dissuaded by from Team BDS.
And speaking of that, Mickey level 6, obviously he made himself very active on the map very early, trying to get on the front foot, and this
4 members from Team BDS are nearby, so we could have a skirmish brewing. No teleport for Nuke Duck as Finn is chunked down. Flawless Duet comes out and he's left for dead. That's going to be yet another kill to Adam. XL can do nothing but watch.
No, and it seems trying to go somewhere else, redistribute those resources. And they've left too early. Just the timing not quite there. Nuclear Int gets to go pick up this wave back in the mid lane. Credit to them, BDS's early game looking quite clean.
Now the question is, getting farmed up here as Adam drops the hammer down, dash forward, Marcoon picks up the solo bolo in the top lane.
Oh, gets himself the Gore Drinker completion, and that's a very clean kill combo. Like a lot as near steal came in there from Mickey, but both of these junglers have been the tip of the spear for both their teams. Marcoon had a fantastic Shin out game earlier, looking to try and make a play, but so they walked into Limit.
Limit was waiting. All of a sudden, Mickey's caught out, kicked and shot down. Marcoon takes 1, 2, and third shot not even going to land. 2 quick kills for Team BDS. Patrick left underneath the tower. Finn's going to teleport in, but this will be a 2 versus 5. All of a sudden, Finn jumps forward. Vanguard's Edge tags onto Xmatty. The engage from Limit. Flashes away. Finn stays alive. So does Patrick. All of a sudden, it's Team BDS running for their lives.
Oh, 2v5, call it an even fight. Around this Dragon Pit down there. It does look like, of course, we're going to go into this now with the package available. And BDS haven't managed to use that vision line well.
Not just yet. XL start this one very, very quickly. Secured their second dragon of the game. As gold is concerned, but itemization-wise, let's take a look down the line here. Blithering King picked up there for Finn. He's still behind in CS as Syncroft will jump onto Mickey, and he dashes away to safety. That's now towers traded, Namira.
It is towers traded. It is more gold onto the Jace, but if you're going to play around a Jace lead, you really do want to make those dragon fights stick out. As we said, VDS had the vision, didn't really manage to get into position to use it. Maybe they were just a little...
I think it kind of safely secured a dragon, but not the most promising of package uses. Now, all of a sudden, we'll get jumped on by both Limit and Syncroft. Solar Flare comes down, Sonic Wave into Resonating Strike, and Nuke Duck goes low. He gets taken out by Syncroft. Marcoon's jumped into the fray. He gets a reply onto Syncroft. Here comes Patrick as well. Moonlight Vigil's available. Bring everybody to the bottom lane. Bring the Moonlight down. And Team XL find 2 quick kills at the cost of Mickey. All of a sudden, the curtains are called. The next Maddie gets the game has just been non-stop skirmishes absolutely everywhere else, and As a side note,
Patrick
is once again in a little bit of trouble. Gale forces forward, but all of a sudden the damage is turned back around. Adam stays alive as the curtain is called once more. Patrick caught with a Q in the follow-up. Mickey sidesteps the fourth and final shot while Finn will pick up that top tower. It's not done yet as Syncroft jumps all the way forward, forced to flash away.
Limit support how they've been playing the game so far. It just allows them a bit more ingress into the enemy jungle. You can already see that they have that vision. They can see that ward in that buffer, that Raptor's pit. You see that's also going towards structure damage on other areas of the map too.
Yeah, 2 towers secured there for BDS.
What the question is now towards BDS is, you've taken all the easy turrets. What do you have to do to get the next ones? You need to start threatening something, make an explosive play, and they're going towards the mid.
It's fine, just force a fight. That's the way of Team BDS. They almost take down Patrick. He stays alive a couple seconds longer before finally being shut down. Now Limit falls to Nuke Duck as Syncroft gets himself another. 2 members of XL are down. 2.5 minutes until the Dragons lose the Infernal Soul. There is so much damage on XL, it may be very, very difficult to come back from
and
that.
It's also Infernal Soul with the likes of the Corki. However, the Jhin ult is pulled first.
So much damage onto Patrick. He was rooted in place. Marcoon goes forward. Mickey's trying to find someone to charm, but he's locked up. He's knocked down, and he's sent back to the fountain. Nuke Duck uses the package to run away, and it's not going to be enough just yet. Now all of a sudden, Finn re-engages the fight. Nuke Duck's got one, Patrick's got another, and Finn's running for his life. Dashes forward onto Nuclear Int, but it's a 3 for 2 in favor of Team BDS.
I mean, if it's gonna work, may as well go towards the more ballsy plays. Both smites are now down to the flashing forwards.
Nuclear Int's continuing to chase. Nuke Duck chunked down, 500-600 HP, gigantic shield. Nuclear Int not going to be able to find the kill, but that will open up the Dragon.
So scrappy. It starts in the mid lane again. You'd think that maybe the Jhin has the ability to, particularly with that chase, pick off enough HP.
Team BDS, they get the kill advantage. They have the gold lead. They get the Dragon, and we're going to be in for more kills. That's what it means.
I appreciate that. Give you a bit of a workout as Marcoon really looking to stretch those vocal cords.
Nuclear Int gets interrupted. Helicopter is shut down. Limit's lingering for now because Syncroft is in the river. He may be in a little bit of trouble as Finn steps forward. So XL, they get their 9th kill. BDS with 13. Gold is once again even. And Mickey, no flash available to him. Gets caught up on that Zenith Blade and shut down by Syncroft. It's just, yeah, it's a little messy.
Now, I am a guitarist. I love picks. I'm not sure if
XL step forward into the Dragon's Pit. It's time for another fight. This could be the final one. X-Matty peels back the curtains. 1 and 3 hit. Firing number 4, holding on to it for now. Finally tags up Finn. Marcoon is inside the pit. The Crescent Guard is starting to wear off. Syncroft looking for a flank of his own. Ward hops back into the pit. Kicks Marcoon! He buys time with the stopwatch. There's the Vanguard's Edge coming up from Finn. It's a fight to multiple fronts. Nuke Duck and Mag trading blows. They're going to be able to pick up 1, pick up 2 for XL, pick up 3 for Patrick. He's not done yet. Turns back towards the Dragon. Nuclear Int escapes with his life. 4 members of BDS down and the soul to XL.
And BDS, as much as they fought so many of these strappy fights around the mid lane, well, when it comes from push to shove, they lose the soul fight.
Nuclear Int runs for his life. No helicopter needed today. But XL have got 20, 30-second death timers on the side of BDS. They managed to take themselves a tower. They're going to continue pushing towards the inhib.
Oh, such a tense affair, but turns out you can't avoid Mickey's anime revenge story. I think this might be the end of the game.
Oh, turning their attention to the Nexus turrets. Nuclear Int's up 7 seconds for Syncroft. Limit's got no ultimate available to him. Dashing forward, Nuclear Int continuing to throw down those overloads. Dash forward from Finn. The first tower falls. All of a sudden, Limit's taken out. That's one quick kill for Nuclear Int. Did XL overstay their welcome? 2 teleports now being channeled back into the middle lane. Syncroft dashes in, runs away. Bring the hammer down. Adam gets 1 before he's taken out himself. And all of a sudden, they're relying on their kits alone. Syncroft was looking for an opportunity. BDS trying to push the wave. Finn is in the top lane, shoving it in. He's got teleport available to him. Nuke Duck gets burned down by the shock blast. He escapes for now. Stays alive. How the hell did you get out? Mickey is running for his life as he's been shot to pieces. And Syncroft is somehow
This is the thing is though, because of this dance, we had resets to defend the base from XL, but you look at the Crescendum Calibrum combo, the auto attack resets and the chakrams flying, this Baron is melted. Very quick and easy objective, won through the hard-fought macro of XL.
Baron buff is still on, and Xmati trying to run for his life, gets jumped on by Marcoon, uses the Gale Force to safety. Finn continuing to use the minions, the Baron-empowered Siege to secure another inhibitor, and XL, they're setting up for the final fight.
Setting up, look for Mickey, look what's happening with the big engaged tools. Has grabbed him as well. Synchron looks for the kick.
He does not find it, and he gets sent packing. Mickey secures the kill, as now Nuclear Ink gets jumped on by Marcoon, dashing forward, and Mickey flashes away to safety. He gets caught out, but he's pulling the attention of BDS. Here comes Finn for revenge from the laning phase. XL take down BDS.
2-0 week. Out of nowhere, it felt like XL really pulling out all the stops.
XL's wins this weekend are some of the most entertaining games I've had the pleasure of watching and casting. Yesterday against Vitality, today against BDS. XL now Carly.
Now he hasn't played. Has he played a game of this split?
One
just
game.
Just played the one.
One game this spring.
right.
It was obviously a loss. I'm taking a look at Korea, and it is his fourth most played with
Flash on a Hecarim. It's not like he can get the other side of them and push them back into the lane. Armor, safe point in the lane, realizes his weak side, whereas the bot side of SK don't realize their weak side right now.
Not at all. Here comes Alyoya. The exhaust is already worn off. Treats flashed away with his life. Now he's the target. Flame Choppers comes out, locks him down. Unforgiven, firing, zapping, shooting, rockets. First blood, Mad Lions.
Who needs an ignite when you've got a jungler coming down?
They will use the time that Kaiser was not in lane to push this wave forward. Don't have any CS leads to speak of. Rika, minor advantage in the middle lane, but keep looking at the minimap. Here comes Kaiser, jumps all the way forward onto Jezu, and that is just too easy. Treats will be the next target. Gets zapped and shot down with the minigun. A double kill that, frankly, I don't think should have happened.
Probably not, because I think they caught, but this might not, should probably not have happened either.
Let's take a look here. Certus running for his life. Here comes Gilius, has got the onslaught available. Blood in the bottom lane. And allowed Unforgiven to pick up more. Now SK, they're going to push into the river here. They've started off the Herald. Alyoya and Kaiser are nearby. Glacial Fissure is available.
Don't have the Hecarim ult.
Looking for some sort of engage. Now Armor is still in the top lane. That's a fantastic engage from Treats, but he takes so much damage in reply. The Unbreakable Wall blocks so much from SK Gaming. They managed to pick up one kill, and Kaiser escapes with his life. Super Mega Death Rocket doesn't. That does not prioritize this objective at all.
Save the dragons. I appreciate that. Conservationists. But what they are doing is getting gold for it.
Yes.
They're getting something for it. I know that, well, just hang on. We might have a fight. In fact, we are going to.
Alyoya's going to get rooted up. Kaiser jumps all the way forward, chucks out the Fissure, knocks up Jezu and Treats as well. Oof. The onslaught of shadows flashes away from Mad Lions. The dive bomb combo of SK picks up a kill. But here come Mad Lions. Gen X forced to flash for his life. Teleport is available for Armor, but he's not using it just yet. New members of Mad Lions running away, and Armor is pushing that bottom.
The Viego's build as well, because I saw a pickaxe in there. I'm wondering if that was actually going towards the shield bow build. Actually, no, so it's going to be the blade first. Again, very, very buffed at this point. Very, very high damage. Alyoya's going to be a good threat on themselves. But Unforgiven, under threat himself.
Unforgiven was able to pick up that tower. Flame Chompers will hold Certus for a moment, not until Jezu and Treats take him down. That's a shutdown as well to the Aphelios. That is very important.
It is, and thank you, Observers, for bringing blown at that last engage by Gilius. So finding that momentary window of time to get a pick and pulling it off well.
Well, SK Gaming, they haven't given up just yet. Got themselves 2 dragons. They're now starting to pick the fight. Gen X gets chunked out. Accelerated Shock Blast being chased by Alyoya. He's got that Blade of the Ruined King 2 levels down. However, Gen X puts so much burst onto Alyoya. But it's Armut that brings the hammer down and picks up the kill.
Okay, so it turns out if you miss your stun and Gen X can free fire on you in that close range, gonna get lots of damage down. Now, no one's really in position to deal with this second Herald.
About how Mad Lion's initiation tools, go button, is a little lacking. And I'm starting to wonder if we're hitting this point in the game where you can start to feel it. Mad Lions, they're going to start off this dragon.
This is important. They need to win these kinds of fights because this is when they can really force the enemy to come into them.
Gilius is running all the way forward, gets hit back with the hammer. It looks like SK are going to concede the dragon, and they do. Glacial Fissure used for defensive play. Certus turning to look for a flank opportunity. And now he's left alone in enemy territory.
Which loves to deal with what they're throwing at them. And Jezu is not able to wave clear under this turret. Just get out of there, buddy.
Yeah, Zap and the Shock Blast almost takes Jezu out. Mega Death Rocket is available. Look at that damage onto Vedius as well. Unforgiving gets excited from taking down the tower. Genax can come in from behind Gravitum, locks down Mad Lions, but the damage reply is simply too high. This is what Mad's comp is designed to do. Punch back when SK dive onto you. Genax unable to snipe from across the wall, and Mad get themselves a kill.
Oh, and SK, they look for the opportunistic pick. Finally,
Mad Lions, as they are using their poke exceptionally well, forcing SK away. Certus, with that Hourglass in tow, teleports in behind the Mad Lions. They're 5-man stack north of the Dragon. Certus will just about be spotted out here, chunked by the Shock Blast. 2,000 hit points. SK are inside the pit. This could come down to a smite fight. Vedius rampages his way forward, smites it away. Alyoya secures the kill. He manages to escape with his life. Solar Flare sidestepped as well, and Certus cannot land any skill shots. Mad sneaks that.
I don't think Mad have a very clean way to play out this game up until those objectives come on the table, and that's where they're most at risk. I think it's about a 30% chance that SK come back.
30% chance that SK come back! Just as you finish the sentence, Armut gets taken down by Jezu. Alyoya's looking for some engage opportunity as Rika is...
And now they've kind of stalled out. I need to find some kind of magic across the map. This could start here.
Genax level 15 to Alyoya's 12. Collateral damage is available to him. Holding on to it for now. Not gonna find the shot! Oh, Genax, that was so... Mad Lions are playing collected enough to not allow it.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time. Gets about 90% of the way through to that. I'm thinking, he has Flash. He's got an ultimate. Surely this is a really dangerous...
If you just keep throwing punches, eventually one of them's going to land. There's Certus again. Level 16. Gonna find Alyoya. Vedius making his way up. SK in a 5-on-5. Mad Lions caught inside the river. Certus gets Alyoya.
And that's so huge.
4.
That's the smite down. It means the stakes might change the course of this game.
The reason I like sort of play this little game with you is just to highlight or to discuss that items and gold don't always necessarily reflect who's in charge. I mean, Genax and Certus, they get their second kill in a minute. Lands once again in Certus's hands. 3-0-2.
It's a lapse of judgment from Mad Lions. It is just, I think at this point they do. We talked about the lack of aggressive options from Mad. Now can they deal with SK when they've set up first? I think they have to just let it go.
It looks to be the case. 8,000 hit points. Mad Lions making their way forward. Super Mega Death Rocket is going to be fighting in a moment or two, but Baron's going low, Baron's going down. Baron is secured by SK Gaming, and they're looking for the fight as well. There's no Onslaught of Shadows. Kaiser throws out the ultimate, but Treats from downtown with his end of play blocks up Kaiser. Certus shuts down Unforgiven, and Armut is running for his life. SK Gaming with 25%.
These structures fall behind with something like a Graves or this Jace on the side lane because those minions catch up to them so much quicker. This is going to be a dragon taken. It is going to be a tower going down in response. But Matt, again, it is exactly what we said from the start of the game. They have it's on to 2 targets with lifesteal. So Jazz is going to get 1 wave, and that's not going to mean that much.
Look at Certus.
This is potentially the last fight. Jezu going up to the wave. Matt trying to punish.
Vedius is the target. Here comes Certus from behind. He's found Rika. Not going to be able to get the heal just yet. That's a golden Rika in the Hourglass form. And Certus jumps forward. So much damage. A double kill for Jezu with a Moonlight Vigil. Another for Genax. They've done it. SK Gaming have aced the Mad Lions and are setting their sight on the base.
SK Lightning does strike twice, and it strikes against Mad Lions. Their timer ran out. They played too scared. They played with their food, and SK bit back.
Down 3,000 gold in the laning phase. Completely out-jungled by Alyoya, and it does not matter. SK fight back to go 2-0 against the Mad Lions. Look at their faces.
I love League of Legends, Trevor. I love it when we have these kind of underdog stories, shall we say. We had a lot yesterday, and SK continuing that trend today.
Vedius has played 10 games
down the enemy bot lane is very much what I expect Rogue to be attempting to do in the early game, whereas Misfits, they're looking to scale. We've been seeing this a lot from them recently. Their early games have not been the strongest, but their late game team fighting is... But in team fights, it can be very difficult for the Rise to be able to approach. Now, Marang, look at this pathing that we talked about. Hovering around VTO, looking for a gank. Schlatter doing the same in bot.
VTO able to walk away, but the flash room prison from Larson will lock VTO underneath the tower. He's able to escape, but Marang still gets the kill. Will not fall as the bot lane dive continues. Comp falls, Mercer tanks the tower, so does Schlatan. And now Trimby is stuck between a rock and a hard place. Could back away from this one, and it looks like that's exactly what he'll do. VTO died, but Larson burnt both his summoners to get that kill.
Certainly did. Comp needs to be careful here. 2v1, being locked down.
He's just going to get zapped and slowed, and there's nowhere to go for Comp. Neon needs one more auto. Mercer picks a helping hand there, takes the kill.
That very often will run that red smite because it offers a little bit more power in terms of the dueling, but I suppose the blue smite will make it a little bit easier in terms of ganks. Oh, Marang just hits 5. He missed the Q.
Jump on the Mercer. Mercer flashed away, and as you say, Marang put the Q behind the Lulu. And that Q is going to give you nothing. Meanwhile, Schlatten has been starting up this Drake, a Hex Tech on the menu for Misfits. And once again, Marang takes a lot of time to try and get
able to find a kill. And while he did get the flash away from Mercer, off the back of it, Schlatten got themselves the Drake. He's going to set himself the Crab. He's going to get an earlier base off.
I'm just looking to go in here. Polymorph does come out. Mercer, though, just ignited and can't get away from Trimby. Counter-Ignite has been used. Neon, not yet level 6 the map. You can see second in kill participation for his team. VTO, on the other hand, has been doing exactly the same things, just perhaps half a step behind, as we see Larson going for one of these roams, gets the root, and there's nowhere for Neon to go. You can flash under your tower, but Larson will gobble you up.
And this is exactly what I was able to play around his lanes, but exactly as Cadril and Shox were talking about on the analyst desk, it feels like that he was tracking Marang and trying to keep control. As Hirit now looking for a duel.
Yeah, Larson was spotted here. Hirit's going to go in with the Hextech Ultimatum, but here is Marang, and Hirit's going to go back to the fountain. Marang's on the chase here. Dragon's Rage kick was used. Shockwave flashed away from, and with the Super Mega Death Rocket coming in, it looks like Schlatten might want to invest a little bit more into this fight. Crescent Guard away. Mercer walking forward, hits him with a final auto. And that is enough for the kill. Larson and Trimby will try and defend their tower in the mid lane.
Wow, okay, so Hirit with the collapse.
Is he going to call the Forge God?
He's looking for it.
He's praising. It hits onto Schlatten with Trimby here. That's going to be ebb and flow for the slow. Flash away from Schlatten. Avoids the Aqua Prison.
Still
1-0-1. The Rift Herald was not the best, and so that first neutral objective that they secured doesn't really pay off too much, but now Comp in a very difficult position. Larson's coming across. TP available for no one on Misfits. Going to make it very difficult for them to keep trading onto this. Schlatten might look for Larson. Pushes him away with the wind becomes lightning, but the chase is on. There's the Rune Prison, Call of the Forge God coming down as well. Crescent Guard knocked up. Comp dives into the middle of it, and even with the Super Mega Death Rocket to join the party, Larson is able to secure the kill.
Comp be able to stop this. Marang's going to do what he can to try and slow the push from Hirit, and Neon and Mercer with this wave clear. I think they can stop this tower from going down.
Especially with the Call of the Forge God already being down. Odoamne doesn't really have the same dive threat. And Comp, well, you've overstepped. You've got no flash. He's trying to trade back onto it. Neon dodges. Neon takes him out. That was just greed from Comp and beauty from Neon.
Flawlessly played. He is emoting in their face right now. He's saying, go on, I dare you to engage on me.
Well, here comes the TP. Here it's going to join this party where we, in terms of flashes, AD carries don't have them. Rest of the team do. Odoamne has the Call of the Forge God 2 as Hirit steps straight into Larson. He's rooted, he's kicked, and he is demolished in a second. Call of the Forge God comes out. Realm Warp behind now as they look for Neon. He's got a heal, he's got a Gale Force, he's going to try and get out of this one. Marang pops the stopwatch immediately onto the Chompers, and the jungler is almost down, but Marang able to survive. Tidal Wave coming out, Crescent Guard used as well. The Shockwave flashed away by Odoamne as Misfits now. All hail the retreat. They will walk back towards the bottom lane, but Neon wants to step forward once again. Larson so tanky. Comp now. Gale forcing forward. VTO takes out Marang on the back line. Neon continues to dance on the edge of death.
Mercer still has the ultimate available, and as long as Schlatten is alive, Misfits have a way to engage fights. But Odoamne, with the TP available, wants to go back to base and rejoin the fray. Hirit is on the way as well. I feel that Rogue need to disengage from this.
You have to feel it because there's no Call of the Forge God and you got no jungler for 13 seconds. Rogue will give it up. TP, base recall coming in from Trimby. Third dragon of the game now secured by Misfits. And they fought that in a 4v5. Hirit was not there for the entire fight because he was back mulling his decisions in the fountain.
I feel like that it was a comedy of errors on both
Larson's
sides.
stopwatch is on cooldown right now. He is at 3 items on this rise, though. 2 items complete on Neon. That rapid fire cannon only builds on the range advantage that you already said Misfits have. We'll see what Odo Omne can do in this fight, because the Call of the Forge God could be make or break here for Rogue. Zlatan stepping forward, the Cullen coming out, Neon able to dodge away from it. Zlatan, though, takes about half his health bar, and now is separated from the team. Call of the Forge God only onto Mercer, he's still got the Wild Growth. Marank dives into the pit. Rogue now on the back foot, Misfits stepping forward, and once again, Misfits will be the team to begin to retreat.
But look at how hard it is for Comp and Larson to actually approach this Comp. That ball is just so threatening, and it's something that Rogue have to play around. Zlatan, though, gets lower.
Tidal Wave, Zlatan needs the Crescent Guard, gets the Wild Growth. Dragon reset, Zlatan forced away. Neon low on mana, that means he's not going to be able to get so many rockets off in this fight, but Zlatan can still look for the engage. Marang on it, the Shockwave hits onto 2, but the blue team will secure it. It's Rogue who take the Dragon. Neon's going to start popping off though, and you can see the healing coming up. Oh, not quite the Penta there, but Neon, he manages to get 2-1 on top of it for VTO.
Neon saw it. I know for a fact that he saw a Penta in his eyes, and he could clean up that fight, but Larson is able
You have to expect it will be the ever Frost for Rise in the mid lane.
The Frostier Frost.
The Frostier Frost. You see, here it's set up in a good position here. Has the Hextech ultimatum. If Comp oversteps, there's the zap. Here it might just go for this immediately. Flashes forward, Comp locked up, but here it now on the backline. Pops a stopwatch, and Misfits can't get close enough to do anything, but still Comp dies. That was basically a 1v1 between Hirit and Comp, and Hirit comes out the victor. 1-for-1 traded. Misfits, though, able to take out the enemy AD carry. Is that enough for them to start the Baron?
Ooh, I think it's still risky for Misfits to just threaten a Baron right now. They need to get control over these waves. Malrang is looking for a
Neon doesn't have flash.
flank. As you rightly said, this could be big for Malrang.
But Zlatan's looking for the flank as well. Both junglers in good position. Will Larson die before Malrang can get there? Malrang's on his way. Larson with a stopwatch is still shut down, and Malrang too late to the party, my friend. The drinks are gone, the appetizers have been served, and you are too late to join this Barney. Odo Omne forced away from the tower. Malrang once again trying to come in. The Bellows breath from Odo stops him from being knocked up, and he will be able to escape back to his base.
And just like that, Misfits wipe Rogue off the map. Now they're in a position to go for the Baron. VTO just adding insult to injury as he chips away at the front line for Rogue. But they have the numbers, they have the damage, and they will have themselves a Baron.
And what a performance so far by Misfits. 3,000 gold ahead, Baron in their pocket, Dragon up
Team
soon.
fights, the way they're playing around their win conditions, Misfits is looking very strong. And VTO, what a performance from him. With all the pressure that was thrown towards him, now we'll see another fight.
Here it isn't here, here it isn't here. It does have the Hex Gold made him with the Realm Warp onto the backline. Neon just cannot move. He is not allowed to play League of Legends. And what Here it can do in the backline is not much at all. 2 kills over the Rogue as they look to fight back.
Oh my word, a classic cast of curse just as we start to sing the praises of Misfits as they're setting up for the final Drake. Rogue find themselves another fight, but Misfits have not given up yet.
Rogue missed, Larson missed the overload there. VTO still has the Shockwave. Zlatan rooted. Larson on the chase. Shield. Crescent Guard gets them away. There's the Shockwave, but they don't have the damage. Just can't quite peel through this skin of Rogue as they are unable to take them down, and it's a back and forth affair. Vedius
Beautifully. Odo Omne finding that pick onto Neon. You highlighted it, Medic. Neon just could not move.
No way, no way!
Neon with the snipe! He gets
what a game it has been, Vedi. Oh no, you didn't have to do this.
The power pose from Jinx as well, I love
Larson's
it.
been playing so well, observers. You didn't have to do this to him.
Look, he's just basing. He's just basing in his
That's what you
brush.
get for reading. Play games instead. Still very much in the lead here, Vedi.
Well, let's put it into context. That's Flash and Ghost used for Larson. That is the ultimate gone for Comp, Trimby, and Odo Omne. All of the tools to start a fight have disappeared for Misfits, and VTO still has everything. Keep your eyes on this Orianna as Rogue approach the Baron.
Comp steps in, so does Neon. Flash forward by Zlatan, he knocks Malrang back. Secured, VTO takes the Baron. Malrang has to flash away, and now Neon starting to get a little excited, starting to get a little frisky, but you can't step in to the fog of war as the Realm Warp gets Rise and Rogue away. Will they just start up this Dragon straight away? There's no vision control down towards this bottom side for Misfits, but they continue to advance into the fog of war, into the darkness,
They're trying
into
to burst
Rogue.
it.
Malrang trying to burst it down, does have the smite, but here it dives onto the backline. Neon trying to get away from Odo Omne. The Dragon down to 300. Larson hit with a Shockwave. He will kill off Mercer, but he pops the stopwatch just before he goes down. The Dragon no longer the target for Misfits. They're hungry for blood, and Rogue are providing it. 2 more for Neon. A third goes over to Hirit, and Neon on the chase wants to make it lucky number number 3. Misfits clean up the fight.
It is an ace for Misfits as they dance around the Baron beautifully.
Looking to end the first week 5 and the only week 5. Yes. Misfits, what a performance by them. They held Rogue at bay in the early game, and then scaling and scaling and scaling, they made like a crocodile and scaled all the way to the win.
In a minute.
They're still scaling, Benny. Gotta pad those CS numbers. Ugh.
Great game from Misfits. Really, really well played from start to finish. Huge props to them. What I think is really interesting about this team is we saw a lot of roster changes at the beginning of the split. Obviously, there was a lot of discussion and contention, but what we saw last year was that in spring, it was about growth, evolution, development, and then in summer, it's really where this roster sort of popped off. Already, though, I think we're seeing a lot of the core strengths that they had built up last split already being implemented now. And while the addition of Zlatan did change, you have Graves, Trundle, Rise. They have to get in range of you, and I think the champions like Braum do a great job of making your life harder. Beautiful prediction, Medic. Beautifully done. And also, Targamas, if you're willing to get in the face and actually leverage those cooldowns and trade aggressively.
And of course, part of the power of having a Jarvan in the jungle is that level 2 gank. It's always something scary. EQ combo does a lot of work, and Jankos here has cleared his Gromp, his blue, his red, and he's looking for a level 3 towards the top side. But there's already movement from the rest of Astralis. White Knight does have the flash, will get away, dodges the EQ, but falls to first blood. Zanzara and Deo not here in time to trade. Zanzara takes a little bit of a bite out of Jankos, but he's still able to walk away.
And I know in the community he's a very contentious subject, but the man has been very integral in terms of their early game success. And you can just see from some of his stat lines, K+A at 14, 3.5 on average. This man is constantly looking for plays, and we'll see him look for a play onto Broken Blades.
That jungle proximity would put him in the highest in the league if it was across the course of the entire season. 4 members top here for Astralis. Promiscu going for the dive. Broken Blade dead before he can get out. Promiscu will tank the tower, and the death ray finds its mark as Caps will answer with a kill of his own.
Ends up being 1-for-1, so
he has spent near Blackhead. He is lost. Blackhead is left alone in the bottom lane, and Targamas is going all over the map to try and set his team up for these successful early game plays. And once again, it's just going to dive Dale. Guardian here will get the shield. Dale with a good flash. Phase Rush gets him away from any ensuing fight. Broken Blade has the Fate Unbound, doesn't chase it up. Blacker coming in. Zap goes wide. And Dale, some fancy feet there. Especially see it with the early teleports. You know, Caps TPing up to the top lane. Broken Blade was dead. He then has to work his way towards the mid lane, as you say. Astralis, though, not wanting to give up a dive opportunity. Curtain Call comes out. Guardian, though, onto Blackhead is going to do quite a lot of work here. Dale's trying to rattle through with the damage. Blackhead able to get away, gets excited, but it's still a double. Over to Astralis with a double to answer the heal. Just in time, Caps on the chase. Realm Warp will get Dale out. Caps unable to find his opposite man.
And this is that early game aggression that we were talking about from Astralis. Great roams from Dior, exactly what you need. Yes, they are our last place team, but in every single game, they consistently put up a fight. They will always look to challenge you in the early game. It's often in the mid game where they fall short. Let's see how they fare in this one.
Pillar coming out. Zanzara looking for the trade. Damage here. Broken Blade's going to go back. Fate Unsealed will come out. And look at the damage onto Zanzara with the Cataclysm coming down. Jankos dunks him into the dirt, but it's a 1-for-1 trade.
Okay, for the record, Zanzara was 2 levels below. Test this. Zanzara's just reset off the back of the map. They do have Prio on bot lane. The Jinx is coming back down towards the bot wave. Broken Blade does have the TP, but it's not unleashed just yet. G2 will maintain control over the river for the time being. But here we are, Dior.
Promiscu going in. Look at the solar flare. Look at the damage. Jankos just jumped. Pillar goes out as well. TP's going to join the fight as Broken Blade may look to join this fray. Targamas gets to the blast cone, doesn't use it yet, and the turnaround. Fate sealed for Zanzara, 1-for-1 trade in the bottom side river.
So the initial engage looked really good for Astralis, but that gravity well from Caps himself like a 20 or 30 CS lead. So huge props to him. I think he's been really impactful in G2.
Promiscu, Zenith Blade just wide. There's the pillar, solar flare flashed away. Blackhead able to escape. Deadly Flourish will find its mark, but G2 able to control this bottom side river and the Dragon Pit alongside it. They will get the first Drake of the game.
Shouldn't really build it second anymore. It's not that good. It's much better when you have more bonus HP.
Yeah. The shield scales are bonus health.
Yes. Now, the TP comes through. G2 currently starting off the Rift Herald. Ooh, Broken Blade.
With a nice little dodge across the wall. That Herald might reset here. Broken Blade locked up. Oh, he doesn't get away. Zanzara takes the kill. Jankos secures the Herald, but he's going to pay for it with his life. Cataclysm only leaps him into the arms of Zanzara. 6-2, the Troll King has arrived.
So initially, that play looked pretty
Really
good.
fed. Yeah.
I'm just going to carry. And again, he is into a Yone, which I think, like, Yone does not like playing against Trundle. Targamas could be in some danger here.
Oh, the Deadly First going to land the root. Unbreakable comes down, but the Solar Flare will stun Targamas up. Pops the stopwatch. Now the chase is on. Zanzara looking for his 7th. Couldn't quite get there in time. Didn't pop the Subjugate either. That would have ticked.
Are actually contending, or contesting rather, this vision and making it harder. Engage now from
Now
Promise
Targamas doesn't have flash, and they know that. Jankos has EQ, he will flash across the wall. Targamas chases him actually. Smart play there by G2. Broken Blade stepping forward here. The Rift Herald. Will this get a charging? Because you got Smite, you got Jump, you got a lot of damage, but you couldn't quite take it out in time. Zanzara smites afterwards.
Was mainly because Zanzara worked very nicely with Promiscu there in terms of the stun into the pillar. We saw a Trundle, I think, was it the game yesterday where...
It locked Azeri against the wall. Cap splashing forward, the curtains open. One shot hits, that's the slow that Kobe needed. 1-for-1 traded on the top side.
But a solo kill goes in favor of Caps. He is feeling it today. That is 2 items done on Caps, and that is 2 items done on Broken Blade. And this is usually the threshold at which Astralis' comp struggles. And yes, G2 can now threaten a Baron.
So White Knight has TP. Do Astralis even have any semblance of a clue that this is happening? They didn't have wards in the river. And with Broken Blade being at 2 items, with Blackhead being Jinx, and with Caps being Victor, it's a very easy cleanup there for G2. Baron secured the map against these 2 strong picks.
I don't know how I feel about Umbral Glaive. Oh, hang on. Broken Blade getting collapsed on.
Promiscu Hex Flash. He's looking for the chase here. Zenith Blade just wide. Broken Blade's going to get rooted and pulled back and stunned up, and Promiscu will take the kill. Targamas now in a world of trouble as Dale's on the chase, has the Realm Warp. Will they go further? Solar Flare just a little bit short. And they won't be able to chase any further. Astralis are able to find a pick on one of the backup of the top lane that scales as well as Yone.
Well, the other big problem is the range, my man.
Yep.
How do you close the gap against a Victor, a Jinx, and a Braum? They just create so much zone control. White Knight gets knocked up.
Well, Broken Blade just jumped into that. Didn't know White Knight was there. At least it was blind with the jump. And now, but on the other side, Jankos caught out. If they can kill the jungler, perhaps they still have a chance. Jankos dives in with the Cataclysm, and Zanzara is the jungler that falls. Astralis now all hail the retreaters. Caps caught out by Deo just a little bit, but this will be the 3rd dragon of the game. Over to G2.
Wow, G2 immediately punish Astralis, and they might be looking for more.
Hasn't been walked on by
I
Astralis.
think it's not actually in the brush, by the way.
I think it is, as Dale was spotted by it there. But the thing is, only Dale was spotted by that. Now, do G2 invest 3 players into killing only Dale? Because if they do, this is a good play. Jankos going to jump over. Promiscu and Zanzara are waiting, but they don't click the blast cone in time, so Jankos might be able to jump out of this one. Cataclysm coming out. Promiscu takes the kill. Gets the kill on Jankos. Promiscu, though, will fall as Blackhead opens up. Curtain's call coming out. 1-for-1, 1-for-2 trade now in favor of G2. White Knight trying to do what he can. Kobe needs to get into the midst of this, but Caps keeps him at arm's length, keeps him at bay. Dale in. Blast cone back. Dale does not have the damage on this rise. Kobe will get 1 in response. Flashes away. But Broken Blade, Caps, and Targamas able to get out alive.
And G2 once again come out on top in the fight. Jankos, he didn't know, okay? All of chat was Pepe laughing because he just didn't know. But Broken Blade, he's not done yet.
Yeah, Broken Blade should be able to chase Kobe down. This is an AD carry's nightmare. Stuck between a Yone and a hard place, and Targamas takes the kill in the end. That's one for all supports out there.
So this is where you see the strong scaling of their composition as well. Astralis is kind of funneled in one at a time. Meanwhile, G2 have their group together as they now look for another pick.
Zanzara immediately Cataclysmed here. Doesn't have the flash, and Caps is waiting for the kill. Super Mega Death Rocket will find it. And G2 in the fight. G2 now looking for their 2nd Baron of the game. Bounties available for Astralis. Maybe they'll look towards the mid lane. That tower stands precariously, but G2 actually look for a flank of their own here, Betty.
Overall, a very clean game is what we've been seeing from G2. As they look for more kills.
Glacial Fisher just short. Promiscu can blast cone. And that should be that, as Targamas can't.
It's a matter of time before G2 close things out, unless Astralis can find some sort of crazy miracle play.
And Zanzara might be the player to do that off the back of Caps, though. We'll spot this out. Promiscu goes in, and Promiscu is going to go down pretty quickly. Not really much follow-up from the rest of Astralis. And how do you follow someone over a wall like that? White Knight tries to do what he can here, but Dale locked up, rooted in place. Caps takes the 2nd kill of the battle. G2 now barreling down towards the Nexus.
I know a lot of people are going to think that that looks really int, but Astralis is in a position where they have to try something. And if they don't do anything, they're just going to lose. So Promiscu saw an opportunity. He tried to make a play.
At least until the last game of the day, 8-3 for this G2 lineup. Replacing Reckless, bringing in Flackhead, bringing in Targamas, replacing Mickey. placing Wonder in the top lane. I think a lot of people thought it would be more rebuilding than rebirth for G2, but so far, at least in the regular season, they are looking on top form. They will take down Astralis, clean them up in their base. Only White Knight survives, but Flacker's having none of that. Final rocket to the face as Astralis' winning spree is cut very short by G2, and they aim for second place in the LEC. Dayor left alive on the fountain. Minions aren't even doing the job here for G2, so instead they will do it themselves. Nexus falls, G2 take the win.
What's the victory here? Or just hugs. I saw Caps was so animated, you know? He was like...
It was like hugs for everyone but Targamas.
In terms of how they've been playing with their early action, the gold card, the Pike, then the Zeri just demolishing everyone. It could definitely work, but it could also backfire.
It could.
What is there to look out for when it comes to the team vitality composition?
As Targamas just said, it can get outscaled quite quickly.
Does not go through minions. Hylissang waiting for the minions to pass by, and now will step forward. Takes a lot of damage. Bone Skewer channeled away, but Labrov already down to about 200 HP. Hylissang looking for the damage here. Can't quite get it. Ignite ticking. Summoner burnt on the side of Fnatic. Hylissang now will use the bush and his passive to regenerate that healthy loss. Charging the Bone Skewer, and once again it connects. 2 out of 2. So
but this is exactly what needs to happen, right? When you asked me which comp do I prefer, I very much talked about how I preferred Vitalities because I just think that overall it's easy to play, and Fnatic need to be aggressive in the early game, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Perks has no TP, but Root's going to come down. Look at the stun on Takazi. Tries to get the heal off, but he's dead where he stands. Humanoid takes the tower perfectly, and Fnatic walk away with a kill.
Absolutely flawless dive from Fnatic. Humanoid even takes the tower.
It will be interesting to see how Fnatic are able to continue to develop this lead. Hilly here, flash away the stun card, the hook still connects. Perks pulled back, but is able to escape to the safety of his tower. Once again, though, Perks has no flash. That makes him so susceptible to ganks in this mid lane. Razork's not going to be able to dive in with a Heartbreaker because he's not yet hit that level 6, but now Humanoid has free time on the tower, and Hylissang into the waiting arms of Labrov and Selfmade. Good counterplay here by Vitality.
It's certainly even. It was a well-executed dive towards the bot lane, but Kazi's still doing pretty well in CS. He's not too dramatically behind, and Vitality should be still feeling...
But you have to feel a numbers advantage currently for Fnatic in the river means that Razork will secure it.
And a really important objective picked up for Fnatic. We talk a lot about how the Heralds can be used to help accelerate the early game, and with Fnatic's comp, it is a necessity. Flash on Labrov.
Flay gets the slow. Humanoid's going to try and flash away, dodges away from the hook. Gold card locked in. He's going to land the stun, but Perks is still on the chase. One more ball, one more snip, as Selfmade secures his second of the game. Vitality playing very well at securing the fact that Perks needed some safety because he didn't have flash, but then still finding a pick of their own.
It's one of the things that, yes, Hylissang is going to roam a lot, and now he's looking for Kazi.
There's the slow flash stun, but the Lantern's there. Kazi actually might just turn this one around. The Moonlight Vigil's going to do so much work, and Upset only has a sheen, and Hylissang has no hope of surviving that. Labrov puts up the box. Upset slowed, flashes forward for the final shots, and does find his man.
Wow, it ends up being a 1-for-1, a bit of an overcommitment from both. But it looks like for now, Vitality, they're not going to run the risk. They know how strong Upset is at this point in time. They're not going to run the risk, especially with that Eclipse finished for Wonder as well. Being able to land that chase. Razork now coming in from behind, has the Pike and the Twisted Fate. Not that far behind.
Death from below could do quite a lot of work here. Flash, Spectral Maw, Destiny, and here it comes. Twisted Fate looking for the kill. Death from below will still not quite connect at the end there. Wonder even TPing in to make sure they secure that. Quite a sizable lead here. 2,000 gold ahead at the 15-minute mark. Labrov looking for the hook. Control Ward was spotting Hylissang, but the hook goes wide as Hylissang's able just to dodge away from it. Shockwave. There is the Lantern combination, and Humanoid is just brought back into the jaws of death as Vitality find another.
A big pick once again onto Humanoids. He did find some early roams, but outside of that and the one TF ult that we saw up top, he hasn't been unlocked on the map a lot, but now Perks wants his revenge. He brings his support and jungle into the mid lane. They find a pick, but now Fnatic has caught Labrov.
Look at the chase coming down from Upset. The problem is Selfmade's here. Razork's on his way, though. Wonder also in the vicinity. Kazi doing some damage. Moonlight Vigil only hits onto Hylissang. Here comes Razork. Upset's going to dive across the wall. Selfmade in the midst of the fight. He's immune for the moment, but he's not immune to death. Kazi trades 1-for-1 down towards the bottom side. Upset, though, now on a killing spree as Perks is forced underneath the tower. And Upset will chase him down, but the tower's in the way. And Upset, not today. says Perks shut down, and Upset pays the price.
But 2-0-2 on this Viego. Every time he has found Selfmade, he has just one-shot him. And now it is Alphari in danger.
And that's what we wanted to see from Fnatic, moving into the side lane. Counter-Strike coming out. Perks joins the Barney. Shockwave hits 2. One able to dodge away from him, but Selfmade's here as well. And LeBrov's on the way, and Selfmade so strong with the Nash's Tooth. Alphari dives back, dodges the collateral damage, but Razzle gets a killing spree, and that's 1 reset. And what Viego can do with a reset, he can do for 2. Lantern comes out, but Upset's on the chase, and Vitality thought they had collapsed, but it's Fnatic doing the collapsing as Hylissang brings death from below and secures himself his first kill of the game.
Hylissang rounds thing out with a 9-9-9-9. And that means that now they find themselves with a 6k gold lead. Oh no, look, Razork's found Selfmade again.
It's a 1v1 in the jungle. The Heartbreaker takes out Selfmade. Razork then gets the reset. Now Alphari has to run for the safety of his tower, but Razork perhaps doubted at times.
We like that.
Yep.
We're hoping that he doesn't build it third, because I think that without much extra HP, it's not that great. But here we are, 1v1ing the Jax.
Here's the thing, Alphari's done no damage to Razork, so why would he need the HP anyway? He just kills him. Back to full HP as he possesses that Jax. This Vitality draft does have a lot of power if they can get towards 3 or 4 items apiece. But right now, Fnatic are not giving them a moment to breathe. Razork goes in, Selfmade there off the side. Look at the damage! Perks is just dead, we couldn't even see him go down. However, Selfmade is able to answer with a shutdown. Upset diving forward, no CC available for Vitality right now. Upset's just doing so much work. LeBron looking for the blast cone, Kazi has to dodge away, but Wonder steps in, says, "You're mine," takes the kill. Alphari dives onto Humanoid LeBron, trying to get away, but you just can't escape Upset. 1-for-1 trade once again, 2 for 2 so far. Actually, it's a 3 for 2 so far in favor of Fnatic. Vitality able to hold on, but they lost their mid-tier 2. They lost 3 kills. And
at this point in time, level 14 on the AD carry as well. Fnatic looks terrifying. And here comes the ult.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? You got nowhere to go. You got nowhere to be apart from back in the fountain. A dinner date with death, it seems, there for Kazi. Humanoid's going to chase in with a stun card here. Rapid fire cannon will meet the fear response from that adrenaline coursing through their veins. And Fnatic, although squishy on this, it's got to be a shockwave. Perks, it's down to 1,000. He looks for the shockwave, but he just doesn't have the damage. Leandri's Seraph's not enough. This is what you can do. Go in a side lane, bring in the wave by yourself. You have enough escape tools to get away, and Vitality really don't have many engage tools anyway, so you shouldn't have to dodge too far. Perks caught out once again. The damage is disgusting from Razork. He claims his 6th. He forces Vitality back into their base underneath their Nexus towers. Alphari will get a bounty, but what's 250 gold to the massive lead that Fnatic have? They're actually just looking for the Nexus towers here. Vitality, 4 players to defend against the oncoming storm that is Fnatic. First Nexus tower falls. They turn their eyes back to the inhibitor, and Fnatic against Vitality just close it out. Razork diving in, Alphari trying to do what he can. Razork will fall, but Upset, untouched, undismayed by his teammates' death, continues to step forth and continues to shred Vitality apart. Fnatic with a dominating win.
Just another day in the office, it seems, for Fnatic. What a brilliant performance from them from start to finish. Hylissang in the early game, Razork in the mid game, and then Upset to close things out. Just a very well played game, and Wonder, like kind of the silent hero.